Coming up on State of Events, we have Mexico's response to the migrant caravan and information on Michael Cohen's sentencing.
Also, hear about the updates we have on the murder of Jamal Khashoggi. State of Events starts now.
Welcome to our last day of events this semester. I'm Jessica Murray.
And I'm Alexis Gonzalez. Let's get to our top story.
Michael Cohen is asking to omit prison time for his crimes in the Mueller investigation. State of Events reporter Hannah Pack has the story.
Last week, President Trump's former personal attorney, Michael Cohen, pleaded guilty to lying to Congress. In 2016, Cohen lied about President Trump's endeavors to build a tower in Russia.
Known project. It was during the early part of 16, and I guess even before that. I didn't do the project. I decided not to do the project.
According to CNN, Cohen's legal team is arguing that because he took responsibility for his previous crimes, he should not be sentenced prison time. Cohen's team states that he cooperated with Robert Mueller's investigation of Russia's interference with the 2016 presidential election. Cohen has reportedly spent over 70 hours with Mueller's investigation team as he is committing to begin leading a productive, ethical, and thoroughly law-abiding life. Michael Cohen's sentencing will take place on December 12th in the federal court in the Southern District of New York. In San Francisco for State of Events, I'm Hannah Pack.
President Donald Trump unexpectedly canceled his meeting with Russia's President Vladimir Putin last Thursday. Although President Trump announced via Twitter that the cancellation was due to Russia's confrontation with Ukrainian Navy ships, investigators suspect that it may have something to do with Michael Cohen's latest allegations in court. As of now, a meeting has not been rescheduled, but both presidents will be seeing each other at the G20 summit this upcoming Thursday.
The death of journalist Jamal Khashoggi has garnered national attention as more countries are requesting an investigation. Khashoggi was a journalist for the Washington Post who in Saudi Arabia had been lethally injected and dismembered by Saudi men sent from the kingdom. Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman has claimed to know nothing of the death of Khashoggi. According to Saudi Arabia's public prosecutor, United Kingdom's Prime Minister Theresa May urged the prince to cooperate with the investigation and even declined to discuss trade for doing so at the G20 summit.
Intending to speak to the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, but it's the relationship we have with Saudi Arabia that enables me to sit down with him and be robust on our views on two issues, actually. First of all, the terrible killing of Jamal Khashoggi, and the message I will be giving, and the message we've given from the UK from the time this happened, is that the Saudi Arabians need to ensure that their investigation is a full investigation, that it's credible, that it's transparent, and that people can have confidence in the outcome of it.
Spoke directly to the Crown Prince to highlight our concerns and our need for better answers on the killing of Khashoggi, and also the need for an immediate ceasefire and humanitarian aid to go to Yemen, which is the largest humanitarian catastrophe going on in the world right now.
Along with Theresa May and Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, French President Emmanuel Macron and UN Secretary Antonio Guterres call for an investigation and are staying firm with Prince Mohammed over the death of Khashoggi.
George H.W. Bush, the 41st President of the United States, passed away. He was 94. Bush was born in 1924 in Massachusetts and served in the U.S. Navy during World War II. While still in the military in 1945, Bush married Barbara Pierce and had 6 children. Once discharged, Bush attended Yale University after graduation. He moved with his family to Texas, where he won a seat in Congress in 1964. Bush served as head of the CIA and then he was vice president under President Ronald Reagan. A few years later, Bush won the presidential race, serving as 41st president from 1989 to 1993. His son, George W. Bush, served as president as well after the Clinton administration. Both Barbara and George stayed active in politics until Barbara passed away earlier this year.
Democrat Nancy Pelosi was nominated Speaker of the House.
According to CNN, House Democrats nominated Pelosi with a vote of 203 to 32. While Pelosi had a majority of politicians backing her up, she still has critics to face in January 2019 when the full House holds a final vote for Speaker of the House. In San Francisco for State of Events, I'm Hannah Pack.
On December 3rd, the town Tijuana in Mexico was forced to close down the shelter that sheltered thousands of caravan migrants. According to them, the temporary refuge was in very poor sanitary conditions and can cause illness to those travelers. Thousands of refugees became sick with respiratory problems and chickenpox after living in muddy conditions during heavy rains.
Chinese scientist He Jiankui is receiving blowback from his successful gene editing. State of Events reporter Kendall Hogan has more on the story.
Two beautiful little Chinese girls.
Chinese scientist He Jiankui announced in a YouTube video last week that he successfully used the CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing device to genetically modify two embryos before they were born.
For this specific case, I feel proud.
This feat shocked the scientific community and rather than give praise, raised questions about the ethical issues with creating the world's first genetically modified humans.
I think it's very hard to know what was actually done. He showed a lot of data that went by quite quickly. It seems plausible to me that this has been done, but we did not see direct evidence that the children that were born were in fact had edited DNA.
Due to the uprise in worry regarding his work, the Chinese authorities have authorized an immediate investigation.
The outcry from the community is so huge that I think it will slow things down.
According to scientists, the gene He edited out called CCR5 is crucial to the human immune system, and removing it increases the risk of susceptibility to other diseases such as the West Nile virus and influenza. Scientists are mostly worried about the lack of research done in this field, as well as unknown genetic complications that may occur later on in the children's lives, and potentially their future generations. In San Francisco, I'm Kendall Hogan, State of Events.
Life expectancy in the United States of America declined this year. According to the Centers for Disease Control, life expectancy dropped to 78.6 years of age. Heart disease and cancer are among the top 10 causes of death in the U.S. There's also an alarming increase of drug overdose and suicide in the nation.
A big change by the General Motors auto company will affect thousands of workers in the U.S. and Canada.
Last week, General Motors announced that it will cut 15% of its salary workforce. The motor vehicle company is also planning to shut down 5 plants in the U.S. and Canada by 2019. That's about 14,000 workers that will either lose their jobs or will be reassigned. The shutdown is part of a cost-cutting plan in response to Americans' preference for big or medium-sized SUVs and trucks. The plants are located in the states of Michigan, Ohio, and Maryland, and one in Ontario, Canada. These plants make sedans such as the Chevy Bolt and the Chevrolet Cruze, cars that Americans no longer want to buy. Meanwhile, employees worry about their job. Some workers might be able to transfer to another plant next year, but that is not the case for everyone.
I've been here for 4 years. Now my job about to be gone. It's like, what now?
I look to get out of manufacturing.
Just moving forward, business as usual, doing the best we can do.
I'm looking at Burger King again, and that's bad.
This is not an official shutdown. General Motors are waiting for contract negotiations with the United Auto Workers next year. With this plan in place, the company is expecting to save $6 billion by the end of 2020. And Gianni Bagnarello reporting for State of Events.
Coming up next, learn about the $6.5 million being donated to homeless in San Francisco.
Then hear how students are spending their winter breaks. State of Events will be right back. Welcome back to State of Events. There's a lot going on in San Francisco right now. Located in San Francisco's Tenderloin District, Bristol Hotel is getting a makeover and turned into housing for formerly homeless individuals. The city and Salesforce chairman and co-CEO Mark Benioff have partnered together to set this plan in motion. Benioff donated $6.1 million to the efforts of the city. This donation will be used to pay for the first 5 years of the building's 20-year lease that will house 58 units currently being renovated into single-room occupancy.
A series of storms are expected to hit Northern California this upcoming week, will provide San Francisco with light showers and cooler weather. Although rain in San Francisco will be fairly light, the same cannot be said for Tahoe residents. Tahoe was hit by their second snowstorm of the year that just passed this past weekend, leaving the area covered by over 1 foot of new snow. Since it had already been snowing for more than a week, the heavy snowfall of Saturday morning only contributed to the several feet of snow that had already covered the area. It has been reported that there is a chance that more snow will fall today.
Aaron Peskin, a San Francisco supervisor, declared during a board meeting that he wants Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg's name removed from the San Francisco General Hospital, despite his $75 million contribution. Due to Facebook's involvement with numerous scandals this past year, the supervisor has asked the city attorney to review the policy that allows naming rights to people who donate money, stating it cannot be normal for the city to put a price tag on the branding of institutions that belong to the citizens. Looks like Union Square may have competition. Civic Center Plaza just opened its doors to a new winter park fully equipped with an ice rink. For the past year, Civic Center Plaza has been known for being a low-income neighborhood in San Francisco. But as of last week, the city officials opened a park they hope will promote more family activity. That being performed as an icy wonderland is open to everyone, but has an extra treat for kids from the community. That's right, all the kids who live in this Tenderloin can skate for free. So grab your skates and check it out for yourself.
This weekend, the San Francisco Symphony will perform the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas live. This holiday classic, produced by Tim Burton, is a fantastic tale for both kids and adults. You'll be able to watch the Jack Skellington plot on the big screen while famous film composer Danny Elfman performs on the stage. The event will take place on Thursday, December 6th at 8 p.m. at San Francisco's Davie Symphony Hall. Tickets are $100 per person.
I'm excited for all the holiday festivities going on.
I know, I can't wait to fall on my butt ice skating.
Oh my goodness, that always happens to me. Let's see what's going on at San Francisco State with reporter Isabel Cabral. Hi, Isabel.
Winter is coming up, and this is what students are doing during their break.
For Christmas break, I actually have a vacation planned with my boyfriend and my best friend. We're going to take a road trip up in the middle of January because my grandparents live in Washington State. They live like 30 minutes from Portland, so we're going to road trip up there. It's like a 12-hour drive, but it's super scenic, super beautiful. Spend a week up there, visit my grandparents, chill out in Portland, drive to Seattle, and then come back down here.
For winter break, I plan on going back home to SoCal, spending some time with my family and my boyfriend and my friends, and then coming back to San Francisco to work.
For a break, I'm going to be looking for an internship because I want to get credit for having an internship.
I am, for the most part, hanging out with family, celebrating Christmas, of course, but I kind of did an impulsive buy, and I'm taking a trip to Costa Rica.
On November 26, President Leslie Wong announced San Francisco State University's biggest donation in university history. Alumni George and Judy Marcus gifted the school with $26.8 million, $1.8 million for the Athletic Scholarship Fund, while the rest will go to the liberal arts. Due to the California wildfires that caused campus closure, California State University applications will be extended to December 15, 2019 at 11:59 p.m. Financial aid is also offering application to be waived if a student has suffered from financial hardships due to home damage and evacuation from the fire. To inquire, contact Cal State apply at calstate.edu.
Thank you, Isabel. Next on State of Events are the Oakland A's building a new stadium.
Then, learn about a fun way to roller skate through San Francisco. Stay tuned, we will be right back.
I saw a sleeping bear, a grizzly bear. It was sleeping behind a tree, and I saw a real coyote. Even though the planet's spinning, you can't see it spinning. Recycle things like boxes or something. And water helps the environment so everything can live. No waterfish could not live. I've been in the ocean. Or the beach. When I go to my grandma and grandpa's house, I can walk. Nothing would get water in our whole land. Yeah. Throwing things away and using them again. The scraps we can make up. I like the planet. My future is now. My future is now. My future is now. My future is now. My future is now.
Welcome to this week's State of Events Sports Report. I'm Kendall Hogan.
And I'm Ashley Stevens. The men's and women's basketball team faced off against Cal Poly Pomona and Chico State over the weekend. We'll start with Cal Poly on Thursday. The women were down early in the first 17-25. Lessa Hardy with the tricky layup manages to get it in. Lessa Hardy again from three to make it 24-37. After the half, Pomona with a 2-point lead. Lamone with the bank shot to try and heat the Gators up. The deficit cut to 17, and Lamonia again from downtown. The girls would go on to lose 94-64. The men's team started out hot. Chifi Ugbaja with the steal to his cousin Jude Igbaja. Gators lead 9-6 early on. Cal Poly now up 21-12. Isaiah Brooks with the steal, but a swat from Jace Wicklife helped spark the Gator defense. Gators cut the lead 22-27. Ryan Williams hit the three and would go on to have a career-high 33-point game. Gators would go on to lose 71-78 in overtime. Now on to Saturday against Chico State. Lady Gators down 7-16. Edwards kicks it out to Lamonia for the three. They got that down. Down 26-32 in the third, Edwards again to Alexander, and she hits the three. Down by three, Fleming hits the three again. The girls were on fire. Deficit cut to 9 for the Gators. Lamonia again with the three. She would finish with a game-high 11 points. On to the men's, up 20-15 early, and Jude Ugbaja hits it from downtown. Lead cut to 2, and Williams from three. Still not cooled off from Thursday. Later on in the second, Chifi with the steal and dunk to put the Gators up 20. His cousin Jude, a three. Jordan Balzer from deep and good. Threes for everyone. Gators would go on to win 65-49.
Golden State Warriors Steph Curry is changing the way NBA stars market their basketball shoes to the public. Riley Morrison wrote to Steph Curry, a two-time MVP and five-time All-Star for the Warriors, after she couldn't buy his Curry 5 shoes online because they were marketed for boys on the Under Armour website. Curry responded to the 9-year-old with a handwritten note himself to right his wrong. Soon after the post went viral, Under Armour placed the Curry 5s online under the girls section as well. Curry responded with an invitation to Oracle Arena on March 8th for an International Women's Day celebration, stating, "I want you to celebrate with me. Plan on being in Oakland that night."
Last Tuesday, the Washington Redskins picked up linebacker Reuben Foster off of waivers after he was released by the San Francisco 49ers. Redskins executive had received backlash for picking up the 2017 first-round pick. Williams addressed the issue on air, claiming others in position have done far worse. Foster has agreed to remain on the commissioner's exempt list until his pending investigation is resolved. Foster will likely be sidelined for the rest of the season after he was arrested last week on charge of domestic violence. The Redskins hope he will play a pivotal role in their defense next season.
Kansas City Chiefs star second-year running back Kareem Hunt has officially been released by the team. Kareem Hunt was in the middle of his second season with the 10-2 Kansas City Chiefs when video surfaced late last week of him kicking and pushing a woman in a Cleveland hotel. Once the video surfaced, the Kansas City Chiefs released Hunt, citing that he was untruthful in the version of events he told the team earlier this year.
This incident was previously known by the league as well as the Chiefs. However, no charges were filed by the woman, and the league claims there was no solid evidence at the time. He has been placed on the NFL exempt list, and his future in the NFL may be over. This is not the first time domestic violence has been an issue in the NFL. Ray Rice was in a similar situation in 2014 when he was caught on camera punching his then fiancée. Rice never played in the NFL again.
The college football playoff stage has been set after looking like Georgia was going to pull off an upset against the unbeaten Crimson Tide. Starting quarterback and Heisman frontrunner Tua Tagovailoa went down with an ankle injury, and backup Jalen Hurts led Alabama to a win over the Bulldogs. Alabama will face off against the Oklahoma Sooners in the Orange Bowl. The semifinal game will be held in Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Gardens in Florida on December 29th. This will be an offensive-led game with quarterback Kyler Murray also making a push for that Heisman Trophy. Facing off in the Cotton Bowl, number 2 Clemson will take on number 3 Notre Dame at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Notre Dame will be looking to compete for the first title game since the 2012 season.
The Oakland Athletics have released new images of a potential new stadium proposal. The Oakland Athletics are trying to make West Oakland in the Howard Terminal waterfront their new stadium home. The stadium would seat 34,000 and feature affordable housing, restaurants, small business space, and retail. The plan would also include turning the current Oakland Coliseum into an amphitheater and low-rise sports park. The area around Oracle Arena would feature a tech hub, affordable housing, youth sports complex, light manufacturing, and shopping strip. According to A's president Dave Cavall, the major costs are planned to be covered by the taxpayers, something the city of Oakland has done before. The team has an April deadline to negotiate leasing or purchasing the land for the new stadium. Cavall said, "This is really going to be an important 6 months as we get into the critical negotiations." And that's all for today's sports report.
Let's see what news State of Events reporter Gianni Bagnorello has for us in entertainment.
Amid sexual misconduct allegations, Les Moonves may not receive his final payout. Former CBS CEO Les Moonves is owed the $120 million remaining of his contract, but pending investigation, he may not receive it at all. Moonves, who is being investigated for sexual misconduct, may not be paid out if CBS investigators are successful in finding justified cause. SpongeBob SquarePants fans paid their respect as creator Steven Hillenburg passed away last week.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
It's a rock-bottom day for those in Bikini Bottom as fans mourn the loss of Steven Hillenburg, creator of the Nickelodeon classic SpongeBob SquarePants, who died earlier this week. Hillenburg got his inspiration for the show in his previous occupation as a marine biology teacher and was diagnosed with ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, in March of 2017. The program debuted in 1999 and created a phenomenon, with the franchise spawning various amusement attractions at Universal Studios, movie spin-offs, and merchandise, a first for the network. The show has aired around the world for decades and has won a multitude of awards. Hillenburg was 57 when he died.
Rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine was placed in federal custody last month after he was arrested in November on racketeering and firearm charges. He might also be part of a dangerous gang called 9 Trey Gangsters. He was moved to a new facility after having altercations with Grips gang members. And Santa Paz came to San Francisco last week, and I went there to make sure we bring you some tail-wagging news on our last show this semester. It is that time of year when you and your pup can come and take a photo with Santa at Macy's Union Square, Holiday Lane, located on the 7th floor. Santa will be here, available until 8 p.m. tonight. Tickets are $45, and it includes admission for 2 people, 2 dogs, the photo with Santa, and also you will be helping SPCA to ensure shelter animals will stay cozy and warm during the holidays. Santa Paz is hosted by Macy's and the San Francisco SPCA, and is the only day that dogs can tell Santa what they really want. Some of them were okay posting for a family photo, while others tried to escape and refused to take pictures.
A lot of fun, super exciting for him, but it was really nice.
The Santa helpers this year were the SPCA therapy dogs, Eddie the black Labrador retriever, and Toby the golden doodle who dressed as a Christmas tree.
We've brought a couple of the animal-assisted therapy dogs to have their pictures taken with the kids to let people know a little bit about some of the work the SPCA does.
The event is full of treats for both the dogs and their parents, as well as champagne, giveaways, and lots of fun holiday cheer. And a portion of the profits will be given back to the San Francisco SPCA to help animals in need.
Friday, the day that most of us look forward to all week. It is the last day of work or school and the day that kicks off the weekend. But for some people in the Bay Area, it is more exciting than that. It is Friday night skate.
The skaters are taking down the streets of San Francisco. They meet up here at the Ferry Building at 9 o'clock, and today I'm going to take you on a ride with me.
Every Friday night, skaters roll 12 miles through places like Pier 39, the Palace of Fine Arts, and Union Square, and they go back to the Ferry Building at midnight. The ride takes 3 hours and many adventures along the way.
The parking garage, because it's like a spiral, it's like a video game, like Mario Kart.
I like going down the Broadway tunnel when nobody's looking. I get in the middle where it's already all downhill.
It's amazing. You can skate and drink and hang out with your friends.
David Miles created the route back in 1989, and since then he's known as the godfather of skating. Today, 29 years later, Miles tells us what Friday Night Skate is all about.
You're able to just skate through, having a funky good time.
Skating has a real sense of belonging about it. It has a real positive energy that everybody can be in this and be a part of one thing. But it rolls, it moves. It's a workout on the one hand, and it's a party.
Everyone is welcome to Friday Night Skate. It is free, it is fun, and all you need is wheels.
And another record was broken this week, this time with the world's largest cow in Australia.
Knickers, a Holstein Friesian cow in Australia, is making headlines after being named the world's biggest steer. Owner Jeff Pearson even said that Knickers is too large to go in the slaughterhouse because he can't fit into the factory equipment. The 7-year-old stands just slightly over 7 feet and 4 inches, a record-breaking height, and weighs over 3,000 pounds. Holy cow! Now that's one large farm animal. Reporting for State of Events, I'm Jessica Murray.
That's it for entertainment. Back to you guys at the desk.
From all of us at State of Events, we want to thank you for tuning in all semester long. It has been a long and bumpy road, but we are so glad to have done it with you all.
And thank you to everyone, especially the crew, producers, directors, reporters, and from all of us at State of Events, especially the ones of us who are graduating. Yay! Woo! From all of us at State of Events, we thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. Woo!